be pleased to know that no fire drills are planned for today. If we do need to evacuate the theatre in an emergency, please leave via one of the emergency exits on my left there or on the right side of the theatre and go to the nearby assembly point. Please follow instructions from university staff. Mae toiledau agosaf trwy y drws yma ar y chwith. The nearest toilets are out of this door on my left. Lluniau. Un rheol syml iawn. Mae ddiwrnod arbennig iawn. Cewch da ni faint o luniau a fynnwch. Photography. There's one simple rule at this university. It's a very special day. And you're welcome to take as many photos as you like. Pan fydd y fanffer yn canu, bydd y seremoni ar gychwyn, a fe wahoddir y genedleifa I sefyll. When the fanfare sounds, this means that the ceremony is about to start, and guests are invited to please stand. Yn olaf, a ddiwedd y seremoni, gofynnir y gwestion aros a eiseddu, nes bod yr orymdaeth academaidd a fydd yn cynnwys y graddedigion wedi gadael y theatre. Finally, at the end of the ceremony, guests are asked to please remain in your seats until the academic procession, which at this point will include all of the graduates, has left the theatre. Gyda hynny o eiriau, llawer o diolch am eich cydweithrediad. Mwynhewch weddill y diwrnod. With those few words, many thanks for your cooperation and enjoy the rest of the day. Thank you.
da. Good morning. Please be seated. My Lord Lieutenant, Mr. President of the University, Chair of the University Council, members of Council, faculty, ladies and gentlemen, graduands. Mae'n hyfrydwch o'r mwyaf gen i gael eich croesawu chi yma I gampws Lampeter Pont Steffan ar gyfer seremoni graddio Prifysgol Cymru y Drindod Dewi Sant. Mae'n hyfryd gweld y neuadd yn orlawn. It's a great pleasure for me as Vice-Chancellor to welcome you here to Lampeter for the conferment of degrees of the University of Wales, Trinity, St David. Over the last week, and we will be again for another 3 or 4 days, all over Wales, we will be convening the convocation of the university to celebrate the success of the graduands. This is a very important time in the calendar of the university as we mark your academic achievement. And nothing gives me more pleasure as Vice-Chancellor than to have the opportunity on behalf of the university than to congratulate you and to wish you well as you start on your journey. Eich diwrnod chi yw I heddiw, diwrnod pan mae'r brifysgol yn dod ynghyd I ddathlu'ch camp chi, I gydnabod y daith di chi wedi ymgymeryd â hi dros y blynyddoedd, ac I ymuno gyda eich cyfeillion ac rhieni. We're here to walk with you, to celebrate with you, and to mark your academic achievement. And let's be honest, how difficult it's been in the context of COVID and a post-COVID pandemic. You started your studies here in very difficult circumstances, and yet throughout all of that, you succeeded. Today, you will cross this stage and you will graduate from this ancient university. University convocations, of course, are formal events. We stand here in our academic regalia. There are civic leaders of our communities here. We do that to honor you. We bridge the traditions of the medieval world of the collegium with the modern world, which now faces you as you start on your journey through life. What will you miss as you leave this very special place? Last year, we celebrated 200 years, and we noted that this is where higher education began. But it's more than that. This is where you had the opportunity. And hopefully, it's a question I always ask. Did Trinity St David give you that opportunity to question? Did it give you space to consider what's important for you? What do you believe in? Did it give you that freedom of opportunity so that you can articulate what your values are and what your belief system is? Because if the university is not about that, what is it? It's about, yes, of course, knowledge. It's about transformation. But it's also giving you space to stand up for what you believe and to give you the opportunity to come to terms with who you are and how you want to present yourself to the world. And that's very important. It's a shame I can't capture the smiles and glee in the faces of your friends and family. They're so proud of you. If I had a camera here, I could take that picture. Can I suggest perhaps that there's never been a better opportunity than this afternoon to ask them for that 5,000 check for that new car or for that holiday? I think you'll find that all of them will be more than prepared to offer that support. But as we express our gratitude to the graduands, I'm sure they will want to express their gratitude to you as parents, as supporters who have been there for them. And can I, on behalf of the graduands, express their gratitude? And will you join me in applauding your family and friends? But your success is based upon the academic integrity and of the scholarship of the faculty. World-class scholars have been engaged in your teaching. And again, may I, on behalf of the university, express our gratitude to them. And can I ask members of the faculty to stand so we can applaud your contribution? Anwch chi sefyll os gwelwch chi'n dda. Mae heddiw hefyd yn ddiwrnod lle mae'r Brifysgol yn cael y fraint o gyflwyno cyfrodyr anrydeddus. Cyfle i ddathlu yn enw Cymru, unigolion sydd wedi wneud cyfraniad sylweddol i ysgolheictod, i fywyd Cymru ac yn rhyngwladol. We also have the opportunity in this convocation to bestow honorary fellowships upon worthy men and women who have made an enormous contribution either to the life of Wales or on an international stage. A dwi'n mor falch y byddai yn hwyrach ymlaen yn y seremoni yn cael y cyfle a'r fraint i gyflwyno cymrydoriaeth anrhyddedd i Dr Cerridwen Lloyd Morgan a Dr Daniel Hughes. Ysgolheigion Cymru, rhai sydd wedi gwneud cyfraniad sylweddol iawn i fywyd Cymru. How honoured we are where we have the opportunity today to bestow the fellowships upon Dr Cerridwen and Dr Daniel. A gai ddiolch i chi am y cyfan ydych chi wedi wneud. We're also extremely honoured to have the chance to present today in the name of Wales a fellowship, an honorary fellowship to the Honourable Sharif Hothe for his international contribution to world peace, a facilitator, an ambassador of peace. And it is our great honour, sir, that you have come here to join the convocation. We honour you. We salute you for your world contribution. A very warm welcome to Wales. Croeso cynnes. Now, a university degree, as you know well, is far more than a formal recognition by your peers. It's an opportunity where we now can acknowledge what you have learned, and we can express our gratitude, and also ask you to take on service within the wider community. I always find the Lampeter ceremonies very moving. This is where education began, but there's something very special about this place. We're celebrating today the real value of the humanities and the importance of the humanities within a world and within a political context that A, is not prepared to invest in the humanities and question their value. I'm always amazed that any politician can stand and make a statement that yes, we need to focus upon science and STEM, but they don't see the value of what the humanities can offer, not only for thought positioning of policy, but how the humanities can also transform the world. Today, your disciplines of history, theology, archaeology, anthropology, English, Celtic studies, all of those, yes, they give you a grounding within a subject discipline, but they also give you the skills to make a difference. You will know far better than I that Educare focuses upon to draw out that which lies within. You are the privileged ones, even within the COVID context. You have been given that space to learn a discipline, to learn a craft, to learn of new ideas, to create new ideas as doctors of the university, and then hopefully to use them for the betterment of communities. Yes, some of you today do graduate with a BA, but do remember, those are only the first two letters of the alphabet. There's so much more to learn within the University of Life. My message to you, as somebody who's stood at this stage for well over 23 years, is to ask you to have confidence in who you are and in what you believe. People will tell you, no, it can't be done. The system will tell you, no, it can't be done. But if you believe in it, if you are prepared to put your name to it within the context of the rule of law, if you are prepared to stand for what you believe, and if a coalition of you come together, you really can change and transform the world. have the belief in yourself and make the difference. Adapt, innovate, make a contribution, be active facilitators of change, be confident challengers, be honest facilitators, and be leaders of change. And always remember that there's nothing wrong with failing. We've all failed, all of us. And when you fail, just start again. Start again, learn from the experience, and move on. And build, create new opportunities, and focus on the best. Never look down at anybody. Don't look up either. Just look across and be yourself. Because if you can see yourself in another person, and that person can see you, then you really are creating a harmonious community. You really are starting to show that deep, deep respect. I'm so pleased today that we will be admitting doctorates from the Academy of Sinology. We well remember the Venerable Master Ching Kung, who came here to this campus. How much I learned from him. Yes, I had a strong Christian context for my faith, but how much did I learn from him from the Buddhist tradition, the opening up of ideas, of traditions? And isn't that what university is about? The ability of people to break bread together, to walk together, and to work together. Learn the value of humility and the importance of compassion. And when you do see somebody down at heel, go down and help them. And in that single process of helping that person up, you will learn more within the University of Life than any PhD can offer you. Show compassion. Show that within leadership, compassion counts. Show within any sort of leadership role that integrity counts. Be servant leaders. Go out and make a difference. Today you join a guild where there are hundreds of thousands of individuals all over the world that carry on their professional CV a single common word behind their name. Kings, queens, doctors, surgeons, teachers, musicians, engineers, hundreds and thousands of individuals that carry the single name. Do you know what that is? Cymru, Wales, the University of Wales. Today you become ambassadors of this great country, of this great university. Wherever you go, whatever you do it in the name of Wales, Anenu Cymru, the University of Wales, Trinity St. David. Never forget that ambassador role which you will have. Today you take your leave. Will you ever leave Lampeter? I doubt it. Nobody leaves Lampeter. Nobody. But today you will leave, you will cross the stage, and you will open a new chapter. Can I share a little secret with you? I'm joining you after 23 years. And as I said from that first ceremony, may God bless you. May his countenance, may his love, may his compassion always be with you. And as I've said, Mr. President, usually to the graduands, but forgive me on this occasion if I also focus upon my staff, those staff that have made a difference to your life. I wish you well. I bid you joy. Diolch.
quel bacio rivoluzione fu la passione così ardente mai ridir potrà.
Awen gwirionedd. Bydded hysbys i aelodau'r Brifysgol ac i bawb sydd yn bresennol, y cynhelir ar y 7 o Orffennaf 2023, yma yn y rhef Llanbedr Pontsteffan, gynulliadau awdurdodedig Prifysgol Cymru y Drindod Dewi Sant. I dderbyn i'w priodol raddau, bersonau da ei gair sydd trwy efrydiaeth yn y Brifysgol a thrwy ddisg, medr a dyfal barhad, wedi teilyngu'r cyfryw raddau yn unol ag ordeiniadau'r cyrff dyrfarnu, gyda phob gweddi a dymuniad ar iddynt fwynhau iechyd a hir hoedl i wasanaethu eu cenhedlaeth a'i gwlad dan fendith y nef. Yna, do oleuni a gyfyd mewn tywyllwch, ath dywyllwch a fydd fel hanner dydd, a rhai a fyddant ohono ti a adeiladant yr hen ddiffeithleoedd. Gorau awen gwirionedd. The best inspiration is truth. Be it known to members of the university and to all here present that authorised congregations of the University of Wales, Trinity St David, are being held here in the town of Lampeter on the 7th of July 2023 to admit to their appropriate degrees, worthy persons who have, through study at the university and through learning, ability and perseverance, been deemed worthy of such degrees in accordance with the ordinances of the awarding bodies, in the hope that they may be given health and long life to serve their generation and their country under the blessing of heaven. Then shall thy light rise in obscurity, and thy darkness be as the noonday, and they that shall be of thee shall build the old waste places.
Byddai'r hysbys i aelodau'r Brifysgol ac i bawb sydd yn bresennol fod Prifysgol Cymru y Drindod Dewi Sant wedi rhoddi'r awdurdod i'r athro Medwyn Hughes dderbyn i'w graddau, fyfyrwyr Prifysgol Cymru y Drindod Dewi Sant, a nillodd raddau yn unol a rheolau'r Brifysgol. Gwylir enwau'r myfyrwyr y gallu derbyn i'w graddau yn y cynulliad hwn ar y rhestru printiedig sydd wedi ei dosbarthu. Let it be known to members of the university and to all who are present that the University of Wales Trinity St David has granted authority to Professor Medwyn Hughes to admit to their degrees students of the University of Wales Trinity St David who have qualified for degrees according to the regulations of the university. The names of the students that can be admitted to the degrees at this congregation can be found on the printed lists that have been distributed.
Anrydeddus is-Ganghellor, gyflwynaf I ti ddisgyblion o Brifysgol Cymru y Drindod Dewi Sant a enillodd radd doethir mewn athroniaeth. Honourable Vice-Chancellor, I present to you students of the University of Wales, Trinity St David, who have gained the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. Laura Ann Andrikopoulos. Catherine Nyo. Kelly No. Maria Johanna Steenhuisen Siemonsma. Theron James Wellstead. Anrydeddus is-Ganghellor, gyflwynaf I ti ddisgybl o Brifysgol Cymru y Drindod Dewi Sant a enillodd radd doethwr mewn astudiaethau rhyngffydd. Honourable Vice-Chancellor, I present to you a student of the University of Wales, Trinity St David, who has gained the degree of Doctor of Interfaith Studies. Shifeng Sui. Anrydeddus is-Ganghellor, gyflwynaf I ti ddisgyblion o Brifysgol Cymru y Drindod Dewi Sant a enillodd radd athro trwy ymchwil. Honourable Vice-Chancellor, I present to you students of the University of Wales, Trinity St David, who have gained a degree of Master of Research. Rosie Emily Nye. Bethany Jane Collins. Natasha Olga Jane Coombs. Charlotte Sophie Harris. Mark Brian Robbins. Anrydeddus is-Ganghellor, gyflwynaf I ti ddisgyblion o Brifysgol Cymru y Drindod Dewi Sant a enillodd radd athro yn y celfyddydau. Honourable Vice-Chancellor, I present to you students of the University of Wales, Trinity St David, who have gained a degree of the Master of Arts. Leah Cooper. Lucas C. Hilty. Bernard Ian Jones. Joanna Jones. Cerys Arianwen Lapworth. Ieuan Rhys Leeson. Shasha Gabrielle Mugari. Morgan George Ian Black. Jane Christina Schilliger. Xing Hui Fok. Jing Kun Jia. Hosija Lee. Lei Tsai. Su Fa Go. Wei Cheng Go. Hong Shou Huang. Helen Elizabeth Cook. Michael Shane Douglas. Jane Elizabeth Manley. Lama Mansour Bandar Al Saud. Fernanda Peiva. Noshin Iqbal. Harriet Emily Barber. Laura Kate Driscoll. Emma Jane Bowie. Matthew Charles Cowley. Malcolm Donald Sinclair. Sarah Karen Sprules. Stephanie Margaret Stace. Catherine Ruth Hornby. Andrew David Knight. Abigail Joy Inston. Anrydyddus is-gynghellor, gyflwynaf i ti ddisgyblion o Brifysgol Cymru y Drindod Dewi Sant a enillodd radd athro mewn diwinyddiaeth. Honourable Vice-Chancellor, I present to you students of the University of Wales, Trinity St David, who have gained a degree of Master of Theology. Robert Peter Jones. Stephen Andrew McLean. Eric Gojo Mensah. Anrydyddus is-gynghellor, cyflwynaf i ti ddisgybl o Brifysgol Cymru y Drindod Dewi Sant a enillodd ddiploma olraddiedig. Honourable Vice-Chancellor, I present to you a student of the University of Wales, Trinity St David, who has gained a postgraduate diploma. Alison Mary Moody. Anrydyddus is-gynghellor, gyflwynaf i ti ddisgybl o Brifysgol Cymru y Drindod Dewi Sant a enillodd dystysgrif o raddiedig. Honourable Vice-Chancellor, I present to you a student of the University of Wales, Trinity St David, who has gained a postgraduate certificate. Bridget Anthea Thomas. Anrydyddus is-gynghellor, gyflwynaf i ti ddisgyblion o Brifysgol Gymru y Drindod Dewi Sant a enillodd ddiploma graddiedig. Honourable Vice-Chancellor, I present to you students of the University of Wales, Trinity St David, who have gained a graduate diploma. Kevin McSharry. Rolf Nemake Opong. Anrydyddus is-gynghellor, cyflwynaf i ti ddisgyblion o Brifysgol Cymru y Drindod Dewi Sant a enillodd radd baglor yn y celfyddydau. Honourable Vice-Chancellor, I present to you students of the University of Wales, Trinity St David, who have gained a degree of Bachelor of Arts. Tyler Johns. Connor Rush. Daniel Walters. Siobhan O'Driscoll. Camille Muldberg Sandal. Ava Marie Clark. Megan Tiger Jenkins. Natasha Graham. Hannah Lee Chapman. Cleo Joanna Harris. Samantha Jane McLaren. Zen Kevin Robert Redgrave. Shannon Thompson. Frankie Charlie Monnery. Zara Louise Mathewson. Amy Pearson. Emily Hughes. Linghua Jane Bremer. Wanda Ra Freeman. Gabriela Marcinisi. Melantha Snow. Michael Bowen. Oliver William Cook. Amber Sarah Minnie. Curtis Lloyd Williams. Kerry Derwin Cranfield. Kezia Ella Rose Harrell. Bronwyn Kane. Deborah Louise Mercer. Natasha Ann Evans. Jennifer Helen Taylor. Faith Elizabeth Howell Morgan. Bethany Watson. Benjamin Francis Johnson. Anrydeddus is Gangellor, gyflwynaf I ti ddisgyblion o Brifysgol Cymru y Drindod Dewi Sant a enillodd radd athro yn y celfyddydau. Honourable Vice-Chancellor, I present to you students of the University of Wales, Trinity St David, who have gained a degree of Master of Arts. George Hamilton. Davina Reynolds. Anrhydeddus is-gyngellor cyflwynaf i ti ddisgybl o Brifysgol Cymru y Drindod Dewi Sant a enillodd dystysgrif ôl-raddiedig. Honourable Vice-Chancellor, I present to you a student of the University of Wales, Trinity St David, who has gained a postgraduate certificate. Shawnee Julian Miguel. Anrhydeddus is-gyngellor cyflwynaf i ti ddisgybl o Brifysgol Cymru y Drindod Dewi Sant a enillodd ddiploma graddiedig. Honourable Vice-Chancellor, I present to you a student of the University of Wales, Trinity St David, who has gained a graduate diploma. Alexandra Orhuela Giorzi. Anrhydeddus is-gyngellor cyflwynaf i ti ddisgyblion o Brifysgol Cymru y Drindod Dewi Sant a enillodd radd baglor yn y celfyddydau. Honourable Vice-Chancellor, I present to you students of the University of Wales, Trinity St David, who have gained a degree of Bachelor of Arts. Camilla Maria Gustafsson. Manami Inada. Helen Ninoska Pinella Diaz. Anrhydeddus is-gyngellor cyflwynaf i ti ddisgybl o Brifysgol Cymru y Drindod Dewi Sant a enillodd dystysgrif addysg uwch. Honourable Vice-Chancellor, I present to you a student of the University of Wales, Trinity St David, who has gained a certificate of higher education. Claire Marie Parry.
Awdurdod y Brifysgol Landiriedwyd I ni, derbyniaf chi i'ch graddau priodol ac I holl freiniau y graddau hynny. Yn enw Prifysgol Cymru, y Drindod, Dewi Sant.
Boed eich gofal yn wastad, dros rwyd ac anrydedd ein prifysgol a'n gwlad.
Croeso I sefydliad graddedigion y Brifysgol.
Congratulations, you are now graduates and ambassadors for Wales.
Congratulations and welcome to the Lampeter Society.
Anrhydeddus is-gyngellor. Cymryd y dwyaf I ti ddisgyblion o Brifysgol Cymru y Drindod Dewi Sant nad ydynt yn bresennol yn y seremoni hon, ond sy'n gymwys I dderbyn cymhwyster. Honourable Vice-Chancellor, I commend to you the students of the University of Wales, Trinity St David, who are not present at this ceremony but have duly qualified for an award.
Dwi awdurdod y Brifysgol Landiriedwyd I mi, derbyniaf y myfyrwyr hynny a nodwyd eu henwau ar y daflen i'w graddau priodol, yn enw Prifysgol Cymru, y Drindod Dewi Sant.
Anrydeddus is-gynghellor, gyflwynaf i ti ddisgyblion a enillodd ysgolriaethau'r Brifysgol. Honourable Vice-Chancellor, I present you with students who have won university bursaries. Gwobr Annette Knight yn hanes yr eglwys, the Annette Knight Prize in Church History, Natasha Olga Jane Coombs. Gwobr E.R. Pritchard mewn archeoleg. E.R. Pritchard Prize in Archaeology, Deborah Louise Mercer. Gwobr goffa Helen McCormack Turner am gyflawniad ragorol ym maes hanes yr hen fyd neu'r oesoedd canol. The Helen McCormack Turner Memorial Prize for Outstanding Achievement in Ancient or Medieval History, Matthew Charles Cowley. Gwobr goffar athro Daniel Dawson mewn hanes. Professor Daniel Dawson Memorial Prize in History, Amber Sarah Minnie. Gwobr Gymraeg Colin Spurrell, Colin Spurrell Prize in Welsh, Samantha Jane McLaren. Gwobr Leslie Charman am ymrwymiad ragorol I astudio addysg uwch a ddyfarnwyd I fyfyrwyr sydd wedi ddangos cefnogaeth, anogaeth ac ysbrydoliaeth gwych I fyfyrwyr a chyfoedion eraill. The Leslie Sharman Prize for Outstanding Commitment to Study at Higher Education, awarded to a student who has shown great support, encouragement and inspiration to other students and peers. Natasha Graham. Gwobr Keith Hopwood, the Keith Hopwood Prize, Joanna Jones. Gwobr y Canon Daniel Richard mewn crefydd a moeseg. Canon Daniel Richard Prize in Religion and Ethics, Andrew David Knight. Ysgoloriaeth goffa israddedig Helen McCormack Turner. Helen McCormack Turner Undergraduate Memorial Scholarship, Camille Mulberg Sandow. Ysgoloriaeth goffa olradiedig Helen Cormack Turner. The Helen Cormack Turner Postgraduate Memorial Scholarship. Helen Elizabeth Cook.
The people that have spoken before me need no introduction, but I'm Taya, your group president of your Students' Union. My biggest congratulations go out to you all. Llongfarchiadau, you've finally done it. There have been people that have spoken before me and will continue to speak after me to congratulate you and wish you well, but I just wanted to ask you to stop and take it all in for a minute. Take all of the glory in, take a deep breath, grab this moment with both hands. Celebrate each of those individual achievements. You thoroughly deserve it. To be really cliché, university is not the end of your journey, but the mere start of a future filled with bright hope and success. In this world, you can't control how other people see you, judge you, or treat you. But moving forward without fear is how you've controlled your own excellence to stand here today. I'm incredibly proud to stand here before you, a cohort of success through and through. University is both a physically and emotionally challenging period of your life. Believe me, I know. But with the resilience and determination that you have shown, you've gotten to this point today. That is incredibly powerful, and you should be immensely proud. Although today is all about you, a massive congratulations and thanks has to go to the people around you. The empathy and kindness that these people have shown in times of doubt and serious worry is something that you will carry with you for life. Of course, you'll give the all-important personal thank yous, but I just wanted to stand here and on your behalf thank everybody for their patience and sheer willpower, for their small part in your success here today. So, your academics, your lecturers and your programme managers, your deans, your institute heads, the vice-chancellor and the chair, your family and friends, your closest loved ones, the people that are here today and the people that are watching over us. I'd like to ask you now to give a big thank you to all of them, and I'm sure you can join me in expressing your gratitude for them. The one big thing that university taught me, that I hope some of you will resonate and take into your future, is that before you act, listen. Before you react, think. Before you criticise, wait. And before you quit, always, always, always try. As I said, today is all about you. However you plan to celebrate your successes, make sure you cherish each of these moments with your loved ones, and best of luck for wherever life takes you. May you always dare to do great things with your life. Diolch yn fawr.
I now call upon the sponsors for the honorary doctorates of the university and for the fellowships of the university. The sponsors and the worthy men and women to be presented.
Honourable President, Chair of the Council, Vice-Chancellors, colleagues, distinguished guests, and you beautiful graduates. It is an honour and a privilege to introduce Mr. Sharif Ishwan Hoti. Born in 1941 in the magnificent Hungarian Royal Palace in Budapest, István Horthy was named after his father, who was Hungarian deputy regent, and he was the grandson of Admiral Miklos Horthy, who served as the regent of Hungary from 1920 to 1944. At the age of 1.5, István lost his father, who was killed on the Eastern Front during the World War II. And at the age of 3, together with his mother and grandparents, the whole family were arrested and detained in Nazi prison in Germany. After the war, István spent his formative years in Portugal and attended the Golden Stone School in Scotland. He then read physics, studied civil engineering. He studied physics in Oxford and read civil engineering at Imperial College in London, and went on to work as an architect and a business consultant in Europe, Asia, and North America. Always a seeker of deepest meaning. At the age of 25, István embraced Islam, hence the new first name, Sharif. He also became part of a global interfaith movement and embarked on a spiritual journey. Indeed, the depth of his spiritual practice and his observation of the possibility of man's inhumanity to man has motivated Sharif to focus on understanding peace. Peace, he explains, is a human concept, a spiritual experience, and the genuine peace emanates and radiates from our humanity. Thus, cultivating human qualities has become Sharif's lifelong mission. In the early 1990s, he co-founded the Gerames Foundation for Peace to encourage the spiritual dimension of peace and its worldly expressions. In 2001, after attending the UN conference against racism, racial discrimination, and xenophobia in Durban, and after witnessing the profound need for communities to heal the wounds of past and achieve well-being, Sharif decisively steered the foundation into a new direction, from a philanthropic organization to a global peace think tank. Facilitated by Sharif, the think tank brought together scholars, researchers, and practitioners for extended dialogue and reflection to identify strategic questions and to explore the new paradigms required at this point in human history. These inquiries had helped clarify 4 priorities of the Foundation's work, including collective healing, well-being-focused just economy, participatory collaborative governance, and humanity-centered education. Together, these will contribute to advancing positive peace and restoring the wholeness of our being and harmony in our world. Over the course of 3 decades, Sharif directed the work of the Foundation in different roles, first as a president, then vice chairman, and now the chairman of the board. Under his leadership, the Foundation has been serving many communities worldwide, including being a consistent presence in some societies, such as Lebanon, Indonesia, India, Hungary, and Colombia, to support their process of healing, strengthening relational bond, and enriching the vibrancy of common life. As a leader, Sharif has always stressed the importance of co-creation and collaboration. The Foundation can reach so many communities precisely owing to the partnership with UN agencies, local governments, philanthropies, grassroots organizations, and spiritual communities. In addition to guiding the work of the Foundation, Sharif is also an initiator of a number of significant projects, including the Lewis New School in England that offered an experience of human-centered education to primary-age children, the Museum of World Religion in Birmingham, and a life history project in Hungary, documenting people's journeys of encounter, listening, dialogue towards mutual recognition and mutual belonging. He continues to support global interfaith movements such as the Three Faith Forum, Spiritual Humanity Forum, and the G20 Interfaith Forum. 2 years ago, inspired by Wales' commitment to well-being of future generations, Sharif reached out to the University of Wales, Trinity, St. David, with a view of creating a new research institute. He came to Lampeter on the Founders' Day in November 2021 and co-founded with this university the Global Humanity for Peace Institute, located within the Faculty of Education and Humanities. The Institute carries forward a number of major programs developed by the Foundation, but also is embedded in the excellent research and teaching environment of this university. With such synergy, the Institute has started to engage cutting-edge research aimed at new knowledge, innovative practice, policy change, and community transformation. A few examples of the Institute's work: launching UNESCO intergeneration dialogue in communities in 4 continents, supporting youth-led research to co-create UNESCO Future Leaders program, developing G20 Interfaith Forum policy brief on building educational ecosystems and launching the MA in Peace Studies. Excellencies, for his vision of peace, for his leadership in advancing innovative approach to peace, social justice, and global well-being. I present Sheriff Ishwan Hoti for the Doctor of Letters, honoris causa.
Today, the people of Wales honour you, sir. We pay tribute for your leadership as an ambassador, a world ambassador of peace. We also pay great tributes to your honourable family of how they stood in Europe for peace, for opportunities, for saving lives, and for what you have done to secure a better future for humanity. Hawdd amor wrda, da gan y Brifysgol Dygybach, a dderbyn yn Goethyr o Brifysgol Cymru, y Drindod Dewi Sant.
Preemptively, I will put this on the floor before I drop it. Chateau, thank you, and Vice Chancellor, thank you. Honorable President of the University and Chair of Council, present and future Vice Chancellors, members of the board of the University of Wales, teachers, students, dear fellow human beings. Chateau is a hard act to follow, but I'll try not to bore you, and I won't be long. This is my second visit to your university, and both times the feeling of community and love that I sense among you all, not so common in places of learning, has touched me deeply, almost as much as the honor that you are bestowing on me today. It has moved me to tell you things about myself that I might otherwise not share. This is in the hope that it will reciprocate somewhat the kindness and welcome that you have given me, and perhaps to give some hope to those of you who are about to emerge from university into what is becoming a very uncertain world. I was born in the midst of the Second World War, as you heard, so my first few years of life were immersed in an atmosphere of war. To a small child, that felt like a sort of clammy, grey fog, an unhealthy mixture of fear and excitement, which I became most starkly aware of when it suddenly ended in May 1945, when my closest family and I were set free from our Nazi captivity in Germany by the US Army. Fast forward to 1958, Scotland. I think it was these wartime memories from my early childhood that prevented me following the well-meaning advice of my housemaster to study history. And instead, I insisted on reading physics and later engineering as a field for my working life that was far removed, as so I thought, from human conflict. The thought of studying war for the rest of my life filled me with dread. The first of a series of spiritual nudges that intruded on my otherwise utterly normal and mundane life came quite early, when I was around 9. I was trudging home rather tired after a day at school when, from one step to another, I woke up. To a young cinema goer, it felt as if I had stepped from a black and white world into a technicolor one. I became intensely aware of the beauty of the world around me and became aware of my own being. And I also realized in that moment that this was not new, that I had experienced such state of consciousness before, when I was still in Hungary, that is, before I was 3 years old. The realization that my consciousness could expand and contract led me to search for ways to expand it. I sort of switched from reading Donald Duck and Bugs Bunny to philosophy and esoteric subjects and so on. The idea that you could expand or contract, that your consciousness could expand and contract, eventually led me to the sad realization that it depends on something mysterious. You can't do it yourself by any kind of effort. And this mysterious thing I'll call spirit, something we cannot manipulate. What we can do is aspire to a sort of emptiness into which spirit may descend if and when it chooses to. If we are lucky, and it does, spirit will manipulate us, not the other way around. I'm mentioning this because so much of what happened to me in my life and that list of things that Chateau said I have achieved actually came from this kind of spiritual nudge that I had experienced before. And all I had to do was just follow, sometimes without knowing where I was heading, just showing up, as it were. This and subsequent experiences gave me a kind of working model of human psychology that looks something like this. As human beings, we carry within us the tracks of our evolution, from matter through the plant world to animals and humans. These are the sources of all our drives and appetites that we actually need for living in this world. But not all of these drives and appetites are human. Some of them come from our long lost forebears. As human beings, and they include all these other qualities, and together they define our state of consciousness. As human beings, it is our life work to bring order to these drives, to these appetites. And we become human beings through this process of confronting and organizing what is within us. I'm not talking about something lofty, abstract, or mysterious, or something that we ought to do. It is what we actually try to do as we walk through life. But these things within us are very powerful, and it is only with the help of spirit that we can succeed. In past millennia, it was mostly the plant and animal parts of their nature that seemed to give human beings the most trouble. But today, it is the power of matter that is on the ascendant and is overwhelming human beings. There are innumerable examples. The behavior of many large corporations, many governments, the way we treat refugees, the way we misuse communication, the way healthcare becomes an addiction to medications. All these, there's so many, the list is endless. My inner and outer lives converged in 1995 when we were living in Massachusetts. And as Chateau explained, a like-minded friend of ours, Simon Guérin-Hermès, who was studying at the Harvard Divinity School, challenged me and my wife to stop what we were doing and help him think about the characteristics of a human civilization that would permit, say, 11 billion people to live on this planet in peace and flourish. Of course, without destroying the planet and each other. I thought to myself, you can't be serious. But he was. And the Guérin-Hermès Foundation for Peace was born. We started, of course, feeling correctly that we knew nothing, except that we needed to find the right questions to ask. The first questions we thought of were about education. What kind of education would enable young people to flourish, develop their God-given talents without losing their creativity and critical faculties? Some years later, we moved on to other topics like well-being, peace, and currently we are beginning to look at governance and economics. Of course, the fundamental question in all this is, what is a human being? And what is humans flourishing? And what are the criteria by which we choose what is important and what is not? Chateau has already told you so much about the foundation, I really don't need to add anything. I think I've also run out of time. So I want to really thank, in that order, God, Vice-Chancellor Hughes, and all of you for welcoming us and our foundation to your institution, which I actually feel is far more capable than ours. But together, I really believe we can make a difference. And I think we can re-envisage together the possibility of living in a human world where human beings respect and love each other and work to build prosperity and happiness for all. Please forgive me if I've said anything confusing, boring, or annoying. I've just done my best to tell you what happened. Thank you.
Diolch. Anrhydeddus Is-Ganghellor, Gadeirydd, Ddarpar Gadeirydd, Ddarpar Is-Ganghellor, aelodau'r cyngor, westeion, anrhydeddus, gyfeillion, theuluoedd oll, a chir myfyrwyr hefyd. Mae'n fraint mawr i mi y bore hwn i gael cyflwyno Daniel Hughes i'w dderbyn i radd doethuriaeth anrhydedd y Brifysgol. Mae'n un o brif ysgol heigion Cymru, ac ef yw'r awdurdod rhyngwladol pennaf y maes llawysgrifau Cymreig. Honourable Vice-Chancellor, Chair, Chair-Designate, Vice-Chancellor-Designate, Members of Council, Honourable Guests, students, and all who are present here this morning, it is my great pleasure and honour to present Daniel Hughes for an honorary doctorate of the university. Daniel Hughes is one of our nation's greatest scholars and an international authority on Welsh manuscripts. Ychydig dros flwyddyn yn ôl, ddiwedd Mehefin 2022, ar drothwy penblwydd Daniel yn 10 a 40 oed, yr oedd nifer ohonom ni sydd yma heddiw yn y Llyfrgell Genedlaethol, yn Aberystwyth yn lansio I gampwaith, a repertory of Welsh manuscripts and scribes circa 800 to circa 1800. A hynny yng nghwmni Prif Weinidog Cymru, Mark Drakeford, ein heilod o'r Senedd, Elin Jones, llu o ysgolheigion o sawl cenhedlaeth, llywydd y Cymrodorion, a nifer fawr o unigolion a chynrychiolwyr sefydliadau a oedd wedi buddsoddi yng nghynllun cyhoeddi'r repertory. Ein braint ni yn y ganolfan uwchefrydiau Cymreig a Cheltaidd a'r brifysgol hon ynghyd â Llyfrgell Genedlaethol Cymru oedd cefnogi a chyhoeddi'r cyfrolau hyn, sydd bellach wedi canfod ei ffordd I lyfrgelloedd ac at ddarllenwyr ar draws y byd. The University of Wales Centre for Advanced Welsh and Celtic Studies and the National Library of Wales were honoured to co-publish in 2022 the repertory of Welsh manuscripts and scribes, Daniel Hughes's magnum opus. In 3 volumes, it presents descriptions of some 3,300 manuscripts, a bio-bibliographical register of about 1,500 scribes, including anonymous ones whose hands have been recognised in 2 or more manuscripts, some 900 images which provide examples of the various scripts, and about 250 pages of indexes. 1,000 years of history across fields as diverse as literature, cosmology, genealogy, history, religion, law, lexicography, science, or medicine. Let's pause to think of that. We've heard so much about this university's values and its sense of place and its commitment to belonging and our commitment to Cynefin. We are able to build our futures on the foundations of the knowledge brought to us from our past by such eminent scholars as Daniel Hughes. Mae'r repertory yn cwmpasu 1,000 o flynyddoedd o law ysgrifa a sgrifenwyd yn Gymraeg ac o darddiad Cymreig ac a sgrifenwyd mewn ieithoedd eraill, Saesneg a Lladin yn bennaf, ac sydd i'w canfod mewn llyfrgelloedd ac archifdau mewn sawl rhan o'r byd, ar nifer pennaf oll yn Llyfrgell Genedlaethol Cymru. Ac yn y Llyfrgell Genedlaethol, y treuliodd Daniel Hughes ei yrfa, wedi ei fagu yn Ynys Môn, sy'n gartre hefyd I rai o'i deulu sydd yma hefo ni heddiw a chroeso mawr I Iolo ac I Hana. I fagu yng Nghymru ac yn Llundain astudiodd archeoleg ac anthropoleg yng Ngholeg Peterhouse Caergrawnt. Ac yna fe'i penodwyd yn archifydd yn Llyfrgell Genedlaethol Cymru yn 1961, a throdd ei olygon at law ysgrifa canoloesol yn nes ymlaen y degawd hwnnw, ac ymlaen aeth I ddod yn geidwad llawysgrifa a chof ysgrifa hyd ei ymddeoliad yn 1992, dros 10 mlynedd ar hugain yn ôl bellach. A dyna pryd ddechreuodd o ddifri, medden nhw, ar y gwaith o lunio repertory. Following his retirement in 1992 from the National Library of Wales, Daniel started to work in earnest on his magnum opus. That's something, for some of us, facing retirement, perhaps to consider. Fe ddisgrifiwyd y repertory fel cyhoeddiad pwysicaf ar law ysgrifau Cymraeg a Chymreig ers canrif a mwy. It is, meddai Dr Ceridwen Lloyd Morgan, sydd gyda ni heddiw. It is without doubt the most important and groundbreaking contribution to Welsh manuscript studies for more than a century. This authoritative, indispensable field guide will revolutionise research on all aspects of the Welsh written word and textual tradition. Ac yn wir, dyna ydyn ni yn bwriadu y daw o repertory. Wrth anrhydeddu Daniel ac wrth i ysgolheigion ar draws y byd edmygu ei gampwaith wrth ei chyflawni. Mae'n bwysig wrth gwrs yn bod ni yn llawn gydnabod ei ysgolheictod dylanwadol, ei gyfraniad aruthrol a'i gyhoeddiadau sylweddol cyn cyhoeddi'r repertory. Ac mae Daniel Hughes ei hun wedi derbyn amryw anrydeddau eisoes, gan gynnwys gwobr Derek Allen yr Academi Brydeinig, doethuriaeth anrhydedd gan Brifysgol Cymru, cymrodoriaeth gan Gymdeithas Ddysgedig Cymru, a'r llynedd derbyniodd fedal anrhydeddus Gymdeithas y Cymrodorion. Wrth gloi, gai ddiolch yn arbennig i chi Daniel ar ran yr holl ymchwilwyr yng Nghanolfan Uwchafrydiau Cymreig a Cheltaidd Prifysgol Cymru ar hyd y blynyddoedd ac ar ran fy rhagflaenwyr fel cyfarwyddwyr yno. Am eich cyngor parod i ni bob amser, doethineb eich sylwadau o'r prosiect cyntaf un, Beirdd y Tywysogion, ac yna Beirdd yr Uchelwyr, Gitor Glyn ac yn y blaen. Mi fu eich cyfraniad yn allweddol wrth ddatblygu polisi golygyddol arloesol ar gyfer golygu'r farddoniaeth. Ac mae'n hyfryd gweld rhai o'n cydweithwyr yma heddiw ac yn ei plis Dr Griffith Antur a fi'n gynorthwydd i chi yn ystod y 4 blynedd diwetha. Fe gyfeiriwyd at y berthynas arbennig rhyngom fel Prifysgol a'r Llyfrgell Genedlaethol. Mae eich cyfraniad chi, Daniel, yn brawf o'r berthynas honno ac yn gongl fain ar gyfer y dyfodol. Edrychwn ymlaen yn fawr i wireddu o'ch gwaddol godidog arloesol chi. Anrhydeddus Is-Ganghellor, cyflwynaf i ti, Daniel Hughes, i radd doethuriaeth anrhydedd yn y brifysgol hon.
Bwron y memrwn o'r disg, ysgolhaig, diwylliant iaith a lle. Yn enw Cymru, yn enw Prifysgol Cymru Drindod Dewi Sant. Hawdd am o'r wrda, da gan y Brifysgol dy gyfarch, a chyflwyno anrhydedd i ti, fel gradd doethyr anrhydedd. Llongyfarchiad.
Wel, dwi'n mynd i fod yn fyr ac mae gen i reswm da dros wneud hynny. Mae gollais yng olwg rhai blynyddoedd yn ôl, a dyna lle daeth Griffith Antur mewn sôn wedi bod amdano fo yn barod i'r adwy. Ac dwi'n dibynnu felly ar yng ngho. I'm going to be as brief, well, not as brief as possible, but pretty brief. And I must begin by saying that one reason for being brief is that I lost my sight a few years ago, and that limits the amount of text I can prepare for you. So, mae'r rhaid I mi ddiolch yn gyntaf I Brifysgol Cymru am yr anrhydedd annisgwyl, os ga I ddweud, ond dwi'n ddiolchgar tu hwnt am yr anrhydedd gan y Brifysgol. Ac I rathro Medwyn Hughes, mae'r rhaid I fi grybwyll un gymwynos arbennig. Mae wedi ymddiddori yn y repertory, a mae repertory wedi cael oes hir ar y gweill a cwpl o gyfnodau argyfyngus pan oedd arian yn bwgos bod yn bryn. Ac mi ddath yr athro Medwyn Hughes i'r adwy gan sicrhau cefnogaeth pan oedd angen hynny. Felly mae diolch arbennig iddo fo am y gwaith. Ac efo enw I sydd ar y gwaith y repertory fel awdur, ond mae'r rhaid I fi ddweud, mae'r repertory yn ddibynnol ar ddegau o ysgolheigion, gyfeillion llawer ohonyn nhw, am wybodaeth anhebgorol sydd yn y gyfrol, a fydda ddim yno, ond I bai am y cymorth dwi wedi cael gan cynifer o bobl, ac yn bennaf oll gan Griffith Anter. Mae'n bleser eithriadol I gael ei gwmni efo ni heddiw. Griffith nath yn llygaid I mi, Griffith nath yn raddol yn cof I mi, ac erbyn hyn, da ni'n dal I gydweithio ar chydig o bethau, ond y fi rwan ydy'r prentys, a Griffith sy'n arwain, ac dwi'n sicr eich bod chi'n mynd I gweld pethau mawr o'i law yn y dyfodol. Mae orffan. I will just finish by expressing a few words of congratulations, I shall put it that way, and hopes for the future. And gyntaf i'r athro Medwyn Hughes, I wish Professor Medwyn Hughes a happy hunting in whatever field he chooses to devote his many talents to in the future. I wish well to his successor, Professor Elwen Evans, and her taking over his responsibilities. And I wish well to all persons who've graduated or received honours in the academic world today. I wish them well in the academic world, or equally in the outer world, in Wales or elsewhere. And may the fruits of their education at Lampeter be seen as widely as possible. We've had many examples already, and I'm sure there will be more in the future. Diolch yn fawr iawn.
Anrhydeddus is-ganghellor, gadeirydd, aelodau'r cyngor a chyfeillion oll. Braint mawr i mi y bore hwn yw cael cyflwyno Ceridwen Lloyd Morgan i'w derbyn i gymrydoriaeth anrhydedd y Brifysgol. Aeth Ceridwen o ogledd orllewin Cymru i astudio ieithoedd modern yng Ngholeg St Anne's, Rhydychen. Yna, enillodd radd meistr yn y Centre d'études supérieures de civilisation médiévale, Prifysgol Poitiers, cyn dychwelyd i Rhydychen i wneud DPhil. Treuliodd 2 flynedd yn dysgu yn yr adran Ffrangeg ac Eidaleg ym Mhrifysgol Exeter, rhwng gorffen y DPhil a dychwelyd i Gymru, lle enillodd gymhwyster fel archifydd, cyn ymuno ar Llyfrgell Genedlaethol. Arbenigodd yn llenyddiaeth yr oesoedd canol, ac mae ei chyfraniad i astudiaethau Cymraeg a chymharol yn un nodedig iawn. As a medievalist, Ceridwen has made a very distinguished contribution to Welsh and comparative literature of the period, and recently co-edited the field-defining volume of essays Arthur in the Celtic Languages. Gwnaeth gyfraniad ysgolheigaidd pwysig dros gyfnod o ddegawdau, a bu'n archifydd ac yn ddiweddarach pennaeth llawysgrifau a delweddau gweledol Llyfrgell Genedlaethol Cymru, hyd at ei hymddeoliad. Yn rhugl yn Ffrangeg, bu'n ddarlithydd gwadd ym Mhrifysgol Brest yn Llydaw. She has also made a key contribution to the fields of women's writing and feminist literary criticism in Wales, being one of the women's collective which produced a landmark special issue of Y Traethodydd in 1986, devoted to women and literature. She was also a founding member of the pioneering Welsh press, Honno, Gwasg Menywod Cymru, which publishes literature by Welsh women as well as neglected classic texts. Ymddiddorodd a daeth yn awdurdod hefyd ar gelf weledol gyfoes Cymru, gan gyhoeddi yn helaeth ar artistiaid Cymreig megis Gwen ac Augustus John, Claudia Williams a Mary Lloyd Jones. Mae hi hefyd yn cyfrannu'n gyson i'r Cylchgrawn Llyfrau Cymru o'r 4 gwynt. Fel nifer o Gymru a astudiodd Ffrangeg, ymddiddorodd yn Llydaw, ac ar hyn o bryd mae hi'n cyfrannu ei harbenigedd i dîm prosiect archifau Cymru Llydaw ar y cyd rhwng y Ganolfan Uwchefrydiau Cymreig a Cheltaidd, y Centre de Recherche Breton et Celtique, Prifysgol Brest, a'r Llyfrgell Genedlaethol yn Aberystwyth. Mae ei phrofiad helaeth o'r maes a'i gwybodaeth fanwl yn werthfawr dros ben i'r tîm ymchwil rhyngwladol ac amlieithog sy'n gweithio ar gysylltiadau rhwng Cymru a Llydaw ers y Chwyldro Ffrengig, gan werthuso, dehongli a digido dogfennau. Mae ei gwaith wedi ei gydnabod ar lefel genedlaethol yng Nghymru gan y Gymdeithas Ddysgedig, ac fe'i penodwyd i gymrydoriaeth ymchwil anrhydedd gan brifysgolion Caerdydd a Bangor. Anrhydeddus is-ganghellor, cyflwyna fi ti, Ceridwen Lloyd Morgan, yn gymrawd anrhydeddus o'r brifysgol hon.
Am dy gyfraniad i ddys gingla, am ddeuddio iaith a diwylliant, a dangos gwerth y Gymraeg a llenyddiaeth ar ganfas ehangach, derbyniad i yn gyfrawd o'r brifysgol.
Dwi fyna ddim yn mynd I siarad yn hir iawn. I'm not going to speak for very long either.
Dwi ddim â nodiadau, ond nid am yr un rheswm â Daniel. Hybarch is-ganghellor a darpar is-ganghellor, holl swyddogion ac aelodau'r brifysgol, and to all of you attending this morning. Dwi'n ddiolchgar iawn, wir yn werthfawrogol o'r anrhydedd dwi wedi ei dderbyn. Ar lefel bersonol, wrth gwrs, ac mae'n rhaid I fi ddweud mor bwysig I fi oedd cael siamplau o ferched yn y teulu oedd wedi mynd i'r byd academaidd ac oedd wedi fy annog. As young women, we need role models, and I was very lucky to have members of my family, my mother and my aunt, who were already in academic positions and who gave me tremendous support. Ond mae'r angen am esiampla yn dal heddiw, ac dwi'n meddwl bod hi'n bwysig bod y brifysgol yn cydnabod cyreiddiadau merched sydd wedi bod yn gweithio yn y byd academaidd a thu hwnt. Universities have changed beyond recognition since I arrived in Oxford as a very terrified 18-year-old. In those days, it seems incredible to remember now, there was a quota for women. Not a minimum quota, but a maximum quota. And that quota was 20%. And all the senior posts, the most senior posts, of course, would be filled by men. Ac mae'n arwydd o, fel mae'r byd wedi newid, bod na gymaint o ferched heddiw yn athrawon ac yn swyddogion y brifysgol, ac wrth gwrs, fydd hi'n braf iawn I groesawu elwen fel yr is-ganghellor newydd. So I'm delighted not only that in the many decades since I went to university, that women have become increasingly visible in leading academic and public roles. And of course, I'm absolutely delighted that the next Vice-Chancellor of this university will be Elwen Evans. But the third point I want to make is that some universities, a lot of universities, forget that work goes on outside their gates. Yn aml iawn, mae prifysgolion, a falle bod hyn yn digwydd fwy, maen nhw'n cymryd bod gwaith academaidd, bod ymchwil, ysgol heictod yn bethau sydd yn perthyn I brifysgolion yn unig. Ond mae yna lu o bobl mewn clefydd fel y Llyfrgell Genedlaethol a sefydliadau eraill, a thu allan I sefydliadau, sydd yn cyfrannu i'n disg ni. A dwi'n meddwl bod hi'n wirioneddol bwysig yn bod ni yn cydnabod y gwaith hwnnw. It's so much important research and scholarship of the very first quality is being carried on in institutions outside our universities. And I think it's very important that that is recognised, and I think we must pay tribute to this university for recognising that fact. Yn ola, ar ôl y sylwadau ffeministaidd yna, dwi eisiau sôn am un dyn. I want to pay tribute to one man at the end of my feminist comments. A dach chi wedi gyfarfod yn barod, sef Daniel Hughes. Oherwydd Daniel nath ymhenodi fi i'r Llyfrgell Genedlaethol, nes I ddilyn prentisiaeth go galed, mae'n siŵr, oedd Daniel byth yn un I dderbyn unrhyw beth ond y gorau. Ond mi ddysgis I gymaint gyda fo a fyddwn ni ddim yma heddiw yn derbyn yr antrydydd heblaw am Daniel. It was Daniel who trained me as an archivist and manuscript specialist, and who set me on the road which has led me here. And I'm eternally grateful to Daniel for that, for his mentoring me, but also for his continuing friendship. Diolch yn fawr iawn, Daniel.
Lord Lieutenant, President of the University, Vice-Chancellor, Vice-Chancellor Designate, Chair Designate, Honorary Fellows, members of staff and graduates. I'm not going to keep you long. But can I say there's been a special flavour to today's graduation, an international flavour, where we've got graduates from all over the world. And then one thing I want to say to the British government, Global Wales is open to foreign students. Because the reality is, when students come to our universities, they come, yes, to develop skills and academic excellence. But more than that, they come and share their cultures with us, their faith systems, their language, their culture. And can I honestly say, you enrich our lives. By your very presence, you give us something new. And I'm grateful to you for that. I'm fortunate that I have an international family. I've got a South Korean daughter-in-law and a grandson who's South Korean, but also was born in London, who claims to be English, but who I try to persuade that he's Welsh. Not with very much success. But the reality is, irrespective of nationhood, the great community and family feel that they bring to my life, which enriches my life. I've learnt more about South Asian or Asian culture in the last 15 years since I came into our family, and honestly, it's been a privilege. And it's the same with the students from the Academy of Sinology. I was so thrilled to see students that I first met back in 2015 in Hong Kong, graduating with doctorates today. It gives me huge pride and satisfaction that you've achieved so much. And the thing is, as you come here, please go back and share the reality that Wales is a caring, open society. A society that cares deeply for those who become members of its community. This international flavour is not only a part of our student body, but our relationship with organisations, with shared organisations, which I'm very proud of, and the way we're trying to develop global peace and a better relationship between nations and people. All this will enrich our lives. But can I say one thing? All of us, as we go out now to our new professions, learn the lesson of listening to people. Listen intently to what people have to say to you. I've had the privilege of listening to people for over 52 years since I left this institution. They have enriched my life too. Some who live in the most challenging and difficult parts of our community. So, my final message to you, as I take leave of this institution also, may God bless you and guide you. And may, in your lives, may you reach those great heights where you create new communities, new relationships, which will enrich your lives also and enrich the lives of people you meet. Many congratulations, well done, and enjoy the rest of the day.
Hysbysu aelodau'r Prifysgol bod y cynulliad hwn bellach ar ben. Ond y byddwn ni'n ail ymgynnull yr wythnos nesaf yn Ninas Abertawe i gyflwyno graddau yn enw Prifysgol Cymru, y Drindod Dewi Sant. Be it known to members of the university that this convocation is now at a close, but we will reconvene next week in the city of Swansea to continue to confer the degrees of the University of Wales, Trinity, St David. Hir oes i Brifysgol Cymru, y Drindod Dewi Sant. Mewn ni ar seremoni ben trwy ganu y ddwy anthem genedlaethol.
Oh